I've opted to call my magazine name A Up. This is because it's a slang word for hello in Yorkshire. I thought that it'd be quite a welcoming masthead name, and it's also quite friendly too. It's also unique to Yorkshire, and Sheffield in particular. I pastiche this idea from Now Then magazine, as Now Then is another common slang term used around that area. My masthead is very simplistic. This is because the main cover is going to be the thing which draws people in, not the masthead. It will be the cover which attracts people, similar to Pretty White Lies magazine. A Up is going to be a listings magazine aimed at predominantly 16 to 35-year-old, 50% male and 50% female. I will be targeting very cultured individuals whose interests are art, music, cinema, fashion, going out. My audience will have undergraduate level qualifications, therefore will be rather intelligent. They will not only be appreciators of art, but they will be creators of art too. As you can see right before your eyes is a reader profile of my typical reader. I have an example of a cartoon illustration of how they dress, so it's quite trendy. I've got a picture of Sheffield University there, that's where they'd be studying. I've got some of the fashions such as the glasses. I've got the places where they'd shop such as Arc, Topman, Urban Outfitters. I've got a picture of a bar because they'll go out drinking a lot. I've got a picture of Showroom Cinema, which is a student hotspot in Sheffield. I've got a picture of Starbucks Coffee, where they might go for a coffee now and again. I've got a picture of the Sheffield Lead Mill. Not only do they do concerts, but they also do student nights, especially. I've also got a picture of a live event, and then I've got a description of Ollie, who's the typical reader. He's basically a university student who's appreciative of art. He loves fashion. He's 21 years old, and he's the typical reader of someone you'd expect to read my magazine A Up. On screen now is a early draft of what I want my magazine to look like. So you've got this colour scheme of blue, black and white. I thought that these colours worked quite well together. This is going to be a predominant theme throughout the 4 pages of my magazine. I'd also like the front cover to be quite arty, and that'll be something which will be quite unique about a magazine. As you can see, I've got cover by Liam Clark. So what I'd want for the magazine is to have every month the magazine covers designed by a local Sheffield artist, and he makes something different each month. And it's never the same designer twice, a bit similar to what Now Then magazine does. So I'd pastiche the idea from them. Cover lines, I've got stuff such as Showroom Cinema, Brewdog, Academy, Leadmill, Uni and more. Typical places you'd expect to find Sheffield students. As you can see, this is a very basic idea of the colour scheme I'm going for. Fonts are pretty much the same what I want, but this is sort of how you could expect my final project to look. My regional magazine is going to be a listings magazine similar to Toast and Exposed. However, it will tell you the places to eat, the bars to drink at, what clothes to wear, and all the stuff which students want to read. It's going to cover the region of Sheffield and South Yorkshire, predominantly Sheffield because it is such a huge scene for lots of students, because it has 2 universities and 2 of the most popular universities in the entire of England. Therefore, it would be perfect to target students, and it'd be a perfect place to put a magazine like this because it's a city filled with the kind of people which I want to target. It could be argued that my magazine is both niche and mainstream, as it wants to target a mainstream audience of uni students. However, in that sense, it could be seen as a small community, that university students are quite a niche audience. A Up is going to be a monthly magazine, as it simply cannot afford to be out every weekend or every fortnight. Also, it will not be filled with enough content to be able to make a weekly or fortnightly copy. The magazine will be distributed independently, therefore it will be paid for by advertisements, which seems like monthly would be the best time, similar to Toast, Exposed and Now Then. They're all independently funded, and that is why they're out every month, because they simply cannot afford to do it weekly or fortnightly, or fill it with enough listings for that. I think that quarterly and annually is too far away, and that monthly would be the best because people want to know what's going on, and on a monthly basis that'd be the best time to tell people. It's also going to be free because it's independently run, and it's going to be a non-profited magazine. It's going to be free because that'll attract more people to read it. But similar to Now Then, I don't want it to be like Toast and Exposed, no disrespect, to where people pick it up while they're having a coffee and then put it back down. I want it to be something which is collectible, similar to Now Then, and that is why I want to pastiche its unique style, unique cover, and similar such as that. Depending on the success of the magazine, a PDF copy might come out every month, and then the physical copy, let's say 1,000 or so, or 10,000, might be distributed around Sheffield, depending on the popularity of the magazine. You will find these copies of the magazine in popular places such as West Street, the Showroom Cinema, and student hotspots where people go for drinks, food, and stuff like that. On screen in a moment are some images which you could expect to see in my magazine. By the way, this is all my own photography. You could have pictures from live events. You could have pictures such as places in Sheffield, such as the Crucible. Some graffiti artwork. Some more pictures of live events. More graffiti art. Places to go, such as galleries, and some more pictures from live events. Because it's a listings magazine, I want it to be jam-packed with images of places which students of Sheffield can go to, and also where they can check out the latest art, the latest bands, latest producers, DJs, musicians, all of that stuff. So I want it to be filled, jam-packed with images of stuff which makes Sheffield what it is. So I've already got a few pictures of Sheffield, and I could also go out and get some more, but here is just a few examples of what I've already got.